Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions. You are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. This is Season 1, Episode 2. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. You can also subscribe and leave your comments below. Let's get into this episode. Okay, so I am enjoying the show thus far, and that's why I've decided to go on a review. Now, it started out on Thursdays, but Bravo has now put it on Sundays after The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I know that there's going to be less episodes, probably 8 to 12 or so. So I'm hoping I'm not overwhelmed, and I'm going to try to stick with it since it's not going to be that long of a season as we're going to see for The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Some people feel away like this should be just a black night. True, but guess what? Bravo is not the same. And I've already expressed how I feel like Bravo treats the black shows and the people of color shows. So they got the black dollar and we don't really matter. So, hey, y'all do with it how y'all want, but I've already discussed it. You can go through some of my videos. You can go look at Soundbite where I discuss it and speak up. Go look at those videos, please. All right, so The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Sorry you had to get that type of venting. We start off with Liz and Jerry. Jerry's parents come over. One of Jerry's daughters, Brianna, she's been dating this guy named Zach, and after just a couple of months of dating, she got pregnant. I believe that she's like 23 and the guy is like 25. She talks a little bit about, when she became married to Jerry, that she became this full-time mom. Again, it was a totally different experience for her, but she's like, I love Jerry's children like they're my own. Like, it's been a great experience. When Jerry got divorced from their mother, it was just decided that the children would stay with him. So I don't know if we're going to actually get into that. Hopefully it doesn't get messy in that way, only because of stuff that we've seen on Jersey in regards to when you start talking about the mom, or even another show that I review on Bell Collective, a family on there. So Gucci and JJ started talking about the mama. Then the mama came on, and now the mama done replaced the new wife on the show that she started. Or not started, because she came in season 2. But anyways, it's a lot. But anyways, Zach's father comes over, who is Brianna's soon-to-be baby daddy. So obviously this is a more family-oriented show, just like you see on Jersey. Everyone is basically integrating because of now that there's going to be the first grandbaby, or the next generation is going to arrive pretty soon. Now Liz said, look, I don't care what I don't care what you have, because Zach says that he thinks that the child is going to be a daughter, but Liz says, don't call me grandma, glamma, call me Gigi. That's cool. All right. Joellen and Ashley, they go to the park with their children, and look, they trying to be mothers. For real. Trying to manage these small children is quite a load. But anyways, Ashley said that she was quite surprised that Joellen was nice, despite the rumors about her. Rosie, they talk a little bit about Rosie. Rosie said, Joellen says, I think we're pretty good, and it looks like we got some things in common. Talking about, looks like we got the same aesthetics as far as going to get plastic surgery and all that. We're brunettes, and something else that's pretty shallow. She was just trying to be funny. So I don't know how long this is going to last, but we shall see. Ashley talks about Jared, and he's quite stressed a lot, and she can tell that her husband's not happy. He's also because of the time that he spends at the coffee shop, that he doesn't feel like he's being a good husband and father. And he's moody and he seems dark. And she doesn't really know how to make him happy, because when he comes home, it's just like, I'm really not getting the best out of him. She already said that the job is a third child for them. I said this, I feel like something else is going on with Jared. I don't think he's cheating. I'm putting this on the table. If I could be wrong. It feels like he's going through some type of depression. There feels to be that there's an unfulfillment because he should be more successful than what he is, and probably doesn't feel like he's being much of a man because things aren't really thriving and all of that. I could be wrong. I was just speaking with my friend about that because I was more reacting to how Ashley is, but then my friend was like, well, look, we know that Ashley can be quite a crybaby, as we can see through the trailer. So I said, okay, so let me just put a pin in it. Hopefully nothing does manifest. Like, is he going through depression or a manic depression? Like, and I was just fearing that. My mind just went to a place. So I'm just putting it on the table. Hopefully nothing comes out of that. Next, Liz and Kelsey, they meet up at a restaurant and they've invited Rula. I don't know if Rula is a main cast member or if she's friend of. But this is Liz's friend. Kelsey says, Rula's quite calm and monotone. No matter what's going on, it just seems like she's got everything just kind of like, this is the way that she's always going to present herself no matter what. We find out that Rula and Joellen have a beef. Rula just doesn't really like Joellen because she is a ish starter. She's going around telling folks that they're getting a divorce, Rula and her husband, and that her husband is leaving Rula for a how can I say, 304. I was trying to think of what I can say on YouTube. And Rula's trying to figure out, why do you hang out with Joellen? Brian is her husband, Rula's husband. And there's this mistress. We find out that Brian did cheat before. And there was these photos posted. Joellen ended up getting in touch with Liz saying, hey, this is what's going on and all that. Liz contacted Rula. Rula then got in contact with Joellen and shared what was up. And we're seeing all of these photos. They're showing them on TV. Of this lady being in his lap and all that stuff. So it was true. Rula's saying, that's over. Then looks like she's taking out her anger and all that. But anyways, what Rula's problem is that Joellen acting like she came off sweet and just wanted to be a girl's girl. But then she started sharing it with others as to what was going on. And that wasn't good. Again, I said that's done. And Rula's like so upset that Joellen is sharing things, but in her confessional, she started, I think Liz was saying, well, are you sure it's really done? Rula in her confessional starts saying, well, Liz and Jared had done things before, like they cheated on each other. I said, what in the world? I thought that was quite crazy that you would say that in a confessional, but you're bothered by Joellen sharing your business. But anyways, Rula is the one that's going to stand by her man in anything that he does. So, because they're better together. Team Holt. This is from another show I watched called Love and Marriage Huntsville. Oh, season 2 was something else. But anyways, another couple who ended up getting a divorce, but the man cheated, and she ended up staying and got pregnant and had the baby or whatever. But anyways, Yeah, season 2 of Love and Marriage Huntsville was something else. Let's just say that much. Rule is in denial as to what's going on and all that, and other people got to pay for it now, and she's taking out her anger on her friends instead of the husband. Then Rula, I guess out of just anger that Liz is hanging with Joellen, started talking about Liz not being a biological mother. And Liz said that that's low. And then she's like, I didn't mean it like that. You did. You really wanted to hurt Liz for whatever reason. And that wasn't right. So you're giving off a bad impression as I'm just meeting you. But I was kind of intrigued by how villainous that you can be. But we'll get to that in a few minutes. Kelsey, she ends up letting us know that her boyfriend is gone 6 months out of the year. So it looks like he's a snowbird. But he's cut out of all pictures. But folk done found out about who he is. His family is prominent in Rhode Island, but one of the there was this judge that is his father. I think that there was a clip that went viral about this nice judge or whatever, and I'm trying to remember who he is. But anyways, yeah, we see the picture of who you are, sir. So even though Bravo edited you out, we found you in less than 24 hours. But anyways, he stays in Miami, dates whoever he needs over there, and all that good stuff. Alicia comes over. Alicia's not really enjoying driving. She done been in a lot of accidents. She even ran over a woman. And the one that's doing her interview in the confessional's like, you ran over a woman? Yeah. And we move on like... Anyways. Alicia apologizes to Kelsey, I think again, for how she came off with her comment and all that. Kelsey doesn't really take it to heart. It's more about how Rosie was talking and all that good stuff. But we get into a little bit about Rula. She's a financial planning. She has her own financial planning firm, and also a female captain of a boat and whatnot. She has 2 children with Brian, and him joins her, and they just talk about, they really don't like all these folks trying to make their marriage their business and trying to insist that he's still cheating. And he ends up saying that he got a tracker. Well, she got a tracker on him. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I don't know about that. But obviously there's going to be more rumors and all of that. And people are going to be insistent that something is up. The ladies have a group event. I think Kelsey is over it and they go to a winery. They did invite Rula. Kelsey takes Joellen to the side and says, hey, Rula's going to be here too. Joellen is upset because she doesn't want to be around her. She feels like the false allegations of her being a busybody and telling her business and all that, she doesn't like it. She doesn't think that she should be held accountable for that. But anyways, Brian and Rula were trying to get her fired from her job. I was like, oh, y'all like that. I ain't saying that I'm a big fan of Rula. I was like, oh, so y'all play those type of games. I'm intrigued at how your power could be. So I could understand why Joellen would not really want to be around Rula. In a way, they're kind of like the Lisa Vanderpump. No, I'm going to call them the Hiltons of Rhode Island. I'm going to say that much. Trying to get rid of people and stuff and use their influence because she was going around telling the truth about this man. Rula ends up FaceTiming and saying, I can't make it. She's been in urgent care. She's sick. Of course, that relieves everyone, especially Kelsey, since they know that Joellen doesn't get along with her. Kelsey has already started the questions of mess. Oh, and basically this is anyone who has any questions, comments, or concerns about anyone in this group, you can ask it here so all the talking behind people's backs can cease. Good idea, I think. But we shall see how that goes. Ashley, when did you lose your virginity? Hopefully I can say that on YouTube. I don't know. Ashley said before I was 30. So it was around that time. I don't know why you couldn't just say 29 or 28. I was like, okay. She said that she was a late bloomer. She waited a long time. Rosie, is it true that you had an affair with a basketball coach? And Rosie said no. Alicia is asked the question, has she hooked up with Gary, which is Joellen's husband? And she said no. Joellen is asked is if her and Gary are swingers. And she said no. In her confessional, I think she said she may have told them that they've had a threesome before, but not swingers. They asked Kelsey, are you dating outside of your relationship with this man? And she said yes. I said, oh, okay, that's cool. But I think she's feeling, she doesn't know who, she's at an inroads. And I think that this is why Chelsea is no longer satisfied with what she has going on singular with the, I don't know if he's a billionaire, but at least millionaire. With him, because she has someone. She has an option. And kind of is weighing the options on if she wants to be with this new guy or stay with the guy that she has, but at least she could have a more fulfilling life where I have someone that's here that loves me and not doing his own thing. Let's see. Kelsey already did. So then Rosie was like, it's a polyamorous relationship and not the other one, as I said before. Kelsey brings up, about the conversation that was had at the picnic. Rosie said, well, Joellen got the conversation started. Joellen does not cop to it. I still feel like she's kind of the master manipulator in all of this. And it seems like everything that Joellen is said that she's doing, she don't really own up to it. Even with the whole Rula situation. Alicia asks Liz if she's having an affair. Alicia's like, well, there's things going around that you're having an affair but Liz says, no, there wasn't something going on earlier. And Liz says, well, there's one thing that did happen, but it was more of an emotional affair. Who is it? Jerry, he's gone for 3 weeks out of a month. And she had an affair with Dino. Now, she's offended that Alicia would bring that up because she knows what the real deal was. And she said it was an emotional affair, but I didn't really do anything. I think they did do something. Love you, Liz, but I think something did happen. And she doesn't really understand why Alicia would kind of co-sign it right now or whatnot. But, I mean, something did happen there, Liz. But that's all this episode. And episode 3 is a fool. From what I saw from the previews, y'all. So every Sunday into Monday, I'll be reviewing them. Hopefully I have it up Monday morning or maybe Sunday night, along with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I appreciate you all for coming. Tell me what your thoughts were. So like and share and subscribe. And until the next one, peace.